welcome along. My name is Michelle Sterry. I'm a specialist midwife for Healthy Lifestyles Gloucestershire. I'm leading on the Healthy Me Baby and Beyond programme, which is a programme of healthy lifestyle support for women during pregnancy and up to their child's second birthday. And this includes support for partners too, so it's a whole family approach. I'm here today to talk to you about hydration, and I'm thanking you for sending in some questions through the health coaches, which I'm hoping to answer during the session and provide you hopefully some useful links for further information at the end of the live stream for you to follow. If you have any more questions, please do pop them on the live stream or forward them to your coach or myself. If you're seeing me, you're more than welcome to do that. Do remember that you can phone Healthy Lifestyles. The service is very much open, providing service by video call or by telephone call or online services. Our phone number is 0800 122 3788, or you can visit our website www.hlsgloss.org, and there's a whole wealth of information there about the service offer for Healthy Lifestyles. And also there's a referral form, so you can refer yourself, or a member of your family can refer themselves or your partner for healthy lifestyle support with healthy eating, weight loss, becoming smoke-free and general well-being, feeling your best. Also cutting down alcohol if you need some support with that. So there's lots and lots of services available from Healthy Lifestyles, and it's all free. So please do take a look at our website and look at our Facebook page for lots of updated information on what's on offer. Okay, so let's have a chat about hydration, which is quite topical as we've just been through quite a period of hot weather. So we've all been thinking about drinking more, about staying hydrated, getting dehydrated, and how we can avoid that. So the first question has come in, do I need to increase my water intake during pregnancy? Okay, so it's interesting to know that water makes up 2/3 of your body, so a large part of your body. Okay, so the water intake that you need will vary on your size and also the heat and your level of activity, and also whether you're well. If you're unwell, for example, you're vomiting a lot or you had diarrhea, you're going to be losing fluid. Okay, so you can become dehydrated by not taking on board enough fluid or losing excess fluid. Okay, in general, we need about just over 1.5 litres a day as a minimum. Okay, so if you were to have a medium-sized glass of something every hour throughout 8 hours in the 8-hour period of the day, then you would have sufficient fluids on board. Okay, how do you know if you've taken on board enough? Okay, there is a very simple test called the PE test, okay, the hydration test. So you can check out the colour of your urine and how often you go and how much you pass. Okay, so that's an indication of what is going into your body. And there I will post a little hydration guide at the end with a little colour chart, so become more interested in your output. Okay, and you can make a comparison as to what's happening with you. So if you're not passing urine more than 3 times a day, then you could possibly be dehydrated. Okay, if your urine is dark, particularly after midday, if your urine remains a dark colour, it should be lightening up as the day progresses. So if your urine remains dark after midday, throughout the afternoon and the evening, then you're possibly not taking enough fluids on board too. Other physical signs would be that you could feel dizzy, tired, lethargic, lightheaded. You have a sense of thirst. Your mouth will be dry. If your mouth is dry, then you usually are dehydrated. Okay, so you don't want to wait for thirst. It's an indication that you need a drink. If you remain dehydrated over a period of time, you can suffer with constipation. That can be a problem, and if your urine remains concentrated, you can be more prone to getting cystitis and urine infections, which is really unpleasant. Should really particularly be avoided during pregnancy because it can cause some complications. So for lots of reasons, it's good to stay hydrated. that isn't always easy. It isn't easy if you have nausea. It isn't always easy if you are a busy mom and maybe you're working, you're looking after children, you're on the go, and you're not always having enough time to self-care. Okay, so let's think about some tips on how we can get enough fluids on board and feel our best. Okay, and so another question has come in saying, asking about quenching thirst. Water doesn't hit the spot. Any suggestions? So alternatives to plain water, because our recommendation is to just drink water, because it's a really good fluid replacement. It's readily absorbed. It's a natural product. It's free and it doesn't have any calories or anything hidden within it. But if you are struggling with drinking water, then you could add a little bit of flavour to it. Okay, so rather than reaching for squashes and anything sugary, you could put some natural juice, some lemon, lime, cucumber, or you can get water bottles where you can, there's a little compartment you can put little bits of fruit in, and that might just be enough flavour to improve how it tastes and how to your palate. It might be more pleasant. Another useful tip, and this is often quite nice when you're pregnant, is to have something icy to crunch on if your teeth can bear it. Okay, so you could try ice cubes or ice lollies made with sugar-free juices or flavoured waters even, and freeze those, and it's still fluid, but rather than drinking it, you'd be sucking it, okay, or crunching it, and that might feel good, particularly during this hot weather, and particularly if you have nausea. That can be an easier way of taking on board fluids, because unfortunately if you're dehydrated you will feel nauseous, so it's kind of a vicious circle that you can't drink because you're nauseous, but you're nauseous because you haven't drunk, so it's trying to break that cycle. Okay, if you are having problems with pregnancy sickness, do speak to your midwife or your GP. If you've gone more than 24 hours without eating or drinking, then you do need to seek advice. Okay, so do think about that. Okay, so during pregnancy, you shouldn't need to up your intake, but you do need to drink sufficient amounts, okay, because your body is growing a baby, and the baby is going to need a sac of amniotic fluid, the water around the baby. You'll be making more blood volume for yourself and for your developing baby, and you're building tissue, and there's a lot of processes going on in order for that to happen, for the metabolism of all those processes. You'll need the fluids to keep everything flush through. Okay, so that's the importance of water at any point in time, but particularly during pregnancy. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll have a look at some alternatives for drinks. We mentioned putting some juices into your water to flavour it. Okay, so aside from water, there are multiple things that you can take on board as a drink, and I've got some things here that you may well drink throughout the day, and it's just to raise awareness of what's in the drinks, okay, and maybe how we would like to be healthier and swap those drinks for something else, for a healthy alternative, or maybe eliminate some of the drinks. Okay, so the first thing I'll talk about is caffeine, okay, because caffeine is not recommended during pregnancy. It should be minimized, the intake of caffeine during pregnancy, because it can affect growth of baby, okay, because caffeine is a stimulant for yourself and therefore will be a stimulant to your baby too. So we do have some advice that you shouldn't be taking on board more than 200 milligrams of caffeine a day. Okay, and not many of us will really know how much caffeine is in a standard drink, because it's not something you really think about. But a can of Coke would contain 40 milligrams. A cup of tea, a mug of tea would be about 75, and a mug of coffee about 100. But if it's filter coffee or espresso, then it's going to be even stronger. Okay, so you can see very easily you're going to build up to 200 milligrams caffeine a day. Okay, So you can go online and get a little caffeine calculator, and you can go on to the Healthy Lifestyles app called Best You for a hydration test and caffeine calculator if you'd like to really check out and monitor what your intake is, because there might be some surprises there. And then if you feel it's excessive, we can start looking at how we can do some swaps and help you to reduce that to keep it within safe limits. Okay, so the caffeine is not only in tea and coffee, and you're probably all aware of this, but caffeine can be found in Coke, okay, as well as a lot of sugar. So in this particular bottle of Coke, there is this much sugar, which is 54 grams of sugar. That's quite a lot of sugar, okay. So if we're having a lot of Coke, we're going to be getting a lot of caffeine on board, a lot of sugar. Sugar can increase the weight that you gain during pregnancy, and also an excess intake of sugar can make you more prone to developing pregnancy diabetes, which can cause complications for yourself and for the baby. So really monitoring your sugar intake is important, okay, and it can be hidden. Caffeine can also be found in energy drinks, okay. Energy drinks are not recommended during pregnancy for that reason, because they have a high level of caffeine and they are a stimulant, okay. So they are just not recommended for yourself or for your developing baby. So please do try and avoid taking any form of energy drinks whilst you're pregnant. Okay, so we've got a few other drinks here. We might think, okay, this is healthy. Okay, let's talk about the smoothies. And smoothies are great because they're one of your 5 a day. Okay, so they're nutritious, but you would probably only want to have one a day, because the smoothies, whilst being a natural product, which is brilliant, they contain 97.5 grams of natural sugar. Okay, so that's quite a lot of sugar. And fruit juices are similar to that, okay. So fruit juice is a great source of vitamin C. That a bottle of fruit juice can contain 220 calories, okay, and 48 grams of sugar per 500 mils. So whilst that does constitute one of your 5 a day, and does have a great content of vitamin C, which is really good for the immune system, we wouldn't want to be drinking juice continually throughout the day, maybe once. And often we say take it with your meals, because obviously the effect on your teeth as well if you're having sugar outside meal times then, and your teeth can be more susceptible during pregnancy. Okay, you get soft gums and you can get more build of plaque and things. So yeah, being careful with the sugar and taking care of your teeth is quite important too. So do bear that in mind with juices. Okay, so we have, and so one of my favorites is hot chocolate. Okay, so hot chocolate, lovely drink. We'll have some milk in, and milk is good. We have calcium in milk. That is really good for developing bones and teeth. Okay, so we're really happy for you to be having a milk-based drink. This hot chocolate, this is from a fast food outlet, okay, and it contains 173 calories. So that's not quite as many as I would have thought. Maybe that's because I haven't got the cream on top. But 27 grams of sugar in one of these, okay. So a reasonable bag of sugar in your hot chocolate, okay. So just remember that. So healthy drinks, water, and usually pretty thirst quenching, and it's absorbed more readily if it's not too cold. Okay, it might be nice cold, but if it's very cold, your tummy absorbs it a little bit more slowly. Okay, fruit or herbal teas. There's some great teas on the market now, and you can get the cheaper versions from supermarkets, yeah, who make their own, and just experiment with a few. Some of them used to be quite acidic, but I think there's some really nice ones available at the moment. So you could try some herbal teas and see how you get on with those. You can drink them cold as an infusion or warm, whatever you prefer. And the fruit juice, as I mentioned, try and have one a day, and the same with your smoothies. Or you could just drink milk. Okay, you could just drink skimmed or semi-skimmed milk, and that is quite healthy, it's quite nutritious. milk if you like it. And it can also help with heartburn, which can be really troublesome in pregnancy. So a little glass of milk after a meal or at bedtime might really help you to reduce the effects of heartburn. It's horrible. Okay, so we've had a really good talk about hydration and drinks, and how we can stay hydrated to stay healthy and feel well, and some tricks to overcome thirst, avoid dehydration. Okay, so there's some things for you to think about. Like I said, you could take the hydration test, check out caffeine, check out sugar content, read your labels, okay, and look after yourself by making sure you've always got a drink with you. Okay, so wherever you go, if you have a family, you normally would pack out everything you need. Think of yourself. Okay, don't go anywhere without a drink. If you're going to be out for a period of time, some healthy snacks too, so that you're not going to feel dizzy, faint, and by the end of the day be exhausted. Okay, so lots and lots of drinks. Keep them stocked up, and keep well. Okay, keep well during this heat wave and during this COVID-19 outbreak. Okay, it's really important that we do take extra care of ourselves at this time. So if you have any questions, you need any support, please do get in touch. As I said, I will post further information. You can get it from our website, from our Facebook page, or I will signpost you to Tommy's Pregnancy Hub, which has quite a lot of information on healthy pregnancy and a specific section on hydration, which you might find useful. So thank you for joining me here today, and stay well, stay safe, and I will see you next time.